Oh, I loved him. Yeah, he was my companion, my best friend. Yeah, that was the most important part. Yeah, I think that was probably more important than family at times. Was having my toys because they meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Ted was my almost like my partner, like a wife or a husband or something. The two of us. Yeah, um, giving them up was really difficult. That's why if I could find them now, I'd buy them and just to put them at the side, just to feel them again.
Sunny June. Yeah, this isn't the original one. Um, I don't know if you remember the cereal called Goss, do you? Well, when I was young, we had it at home, and if you sent a packet tots and small amount of money, they sent you a Sunny June as featured on the box. And I don't know where that ended up, but years later, they said people could send up and buy one, and I wanted one so badly because I did like my Sunny June.
I had that teddy right up until the poor thing fell apart when I was about 14 or 15. My constant comfort and friend.
I must have had it since I was a baby, but it only became liked really because of its comforting smell, which must have been a sort of combination of bits of sick and snot and other bodily functions, smells of saliva. And it was occasionally washed, and when it was washed, that was a problem because it had a different smell then, and it was usually rejected at that point.
I remember him being quite comforting and talking to him, and that lasted till I got a dog. So I can remember talking to the dog as well if I was upset. So for me, Teddy was an emotional resource rather than a toy. I think children of the 1950s, it's not so bad now, but I think my parents anyway were quite uncomfortable with distress. So I used to tell him when I was fed up or sad, which is, he's got a lot of my secrets, says Teddy.
Never played with him. It was always just a cuddle sleep toy.
Oh, that's good.
But forever, yeah.
Like a comfort toy.
Yeah, definitely comfort. Yeah. If he's not there, I really struggle to get to sleep properly. It's strange. Never get rid of him. I couldn't. I'd feel too guilty because he was like one of my best friends.
Lego and toy cars were probably my favourite actual physical toys. Lego just because it was so versatile, but I think even as adults, there's still a sort of special affection for the ability just to click things into place, and it's kind of, I guess I didn't realise it when I was a kid, but it's that therapeutic thing of putting things in order, isn't it? I often think about buying bits of Lego just for the reasons that I've just discussed, just to have a few things to click around.
My brother hated her, the older brother. The younger brother, he had to be part of all this, when we needed a male thing in our games, like a priest or a father. So the younger brother was part. And, the older brother, I think he just thought it's such a lovely fuss about that doll. And he actually threw her one day when he was angry with me. He threw her against the wall, which was, when that happened, it was just this moment of total silence, almost a sacrilege. Barbara has been thrown.
The Hulk was very important, and then because his answer to everything was Hulk smash. So if you wind him up, he gets mad, and then he smashes things, and that's his big power. So when I got told off, I went Hulk smash, and then I got in more trouble, and they say I've got anger issues now, and I think, well, it's the way I was brought up.
She was missing a foot, where my uncle had sawed it off in an act of childish revenge, I think.
I think I used to feel jealous about some people's toys. Yeah, I do remember some people had, really fancy stuff. And there were adverts on television for, extremely complicated and extremely expensive things. But I don't remember there ever being a hope in hell of getting them. So I never kind of set my heart on them because I couldn't have had them.
I remember clearly wanting a little cooker that I saw in Selfridges in Lewisham and asking my mother for Christmas. And it was absolutely beautiful. It even had little crystal things in it that would glow so that it looked as if the cooker was on, and the knobs moved and you could take the stuff in. It was a really good miniaturised cooker. But my uncle bought me a cooker for Christmas, and it was a nasty plastic moulded thing that nothing worked on it, and I remember being really devastated.
I never got Meccano. I always used to put it on my Christmas and birthday lists. And then one year when let's think, it must have been 8 or 9, I got for one of them, I think it was birthday, Baco building set, which I think at the time disappointed me. I don't know why I got that instead of Meccano, I still don't. Yes, I did get a train set. They finally caved and got me a train set. But again, it was children are horrible. It was quite disappointing because we lived in a small, we lived in a 2-up, 2 down, and there wasn't room for a train set that would stay up all the time. So it was they put it on a board and it just went round and round, and there were no sort of extras. It was just a train, and what I wanted was one that it had a station, but I wanted trees and tunnels and all the rest of it. And, obviously no room, no money for it, but yeah, I played with that for quite a lot. I mean, I wasn't displeased with it, but I just wanted it to be more.
I got the teddy bear because I had to go to hospital when I was 3. I had something called acidosis, and I had to spend, I'm not sure how long, it was probably about a week in hospital. And my mum bought me the teddy bear while I was in hospital. But funnily enough, unlike most children who really love their teddy bears, I always had the association with this teddy bear of not being with my mum. So I never bonded at all. I never really liked my teddy bear. Even though I sort of felt that I should like it, I never liked it.
I had a teddy bear that was given to me when I was 2 years old, and he was he was quite a big, about that size. So for a 2-year-old, he was like bigger than I was almost. So I used to be really scared of it.
I used to hate dogs with their eyes. I don't know why, but it did. And I remember my cousin who lived at Patcham, where the roundabout and the garage is now. They had a tea shop there, and they, at the top of the stairs, there was quite a large dog sat there, and it had one eye, or I can't remember if it had one eye or no eyes, but it used to terrify me, this dog. I used to hate him.
I had a doll. My father brought it home from abroad. I don't know where, I'm afraid. It was as big as I was, and I was terrified of it. I think he must have been very disappointed, but I can remember trying to play with it, but I didn't like dolls and I didn't really know what to do with them.
I know that I was a bridesmaid for my aunt when I was about 6, I think. Me and my sister had matching bridesmaid dresses, and my gran had made them, and she had a bit of material left, and she actually made a doll's dress for me and my sister, so we could each have a doll to take with us to the wedding, because we were quite small and quite scared and stuff. And it was Katie that went, so I've got a picture somewhere of me in this bridesmaid dress with the doll under my arm in a matching dress.
He's got a lot of memories invested in him, but actually the strongest memory is the measles, which was quite scary, because there was a lot of whispering outside the door and curtains being pulled and so on, because measles is, was quite a serious thing in those days, and it affected my eyes and all sorts of things, and I was quite scared, so it was quite nice to have Buddy there, and my sister being nice to me. So it's that's really what's invested in Buddy.